Okay, ever get excited about a new feature in your banking app, only to spend like, I don't know, months searching for it
Oh, yeah.
and feeling like you're going crazy?
Happens all the time.
Turns out you're not alone. This actually happens more than you think.
Right.
And it highlights just how crucial user experience, or UX, is in the world of digital banking these days.
It really is, yeah. It's becoming, a major differentiator, I think, in the financial landscape.
So today we are diving into a UX audit for digital banking using this article from UXDA
Okay.
called UX Audit. The key to digital banking excellence everyone's ignoring. Think of it like a health checkup for a digital product. We'll uncover why even big banks are prioritizing this
Yeah.
and what you can learn from it for any digital product that you use.
It's about gaining that competitive edge. Right.
Right. And the article really emphasizes that in the digital battleground of finance, providing a seamless and engaging experience isn't just a nice to have anymore.
No?
It's a matter of survival.
Absolutely. And what I find really fascinating is that a UX audit can be incredibly revealing.
Yeah.
It's like putting on your user's glasses, You start to see your product through their eyes, experiencing their frustrations firsthand.
And that leads to uncovering those quick wins
Yeah.
and preventing those bigger issues down the line.
Exactly.
It's almost like preventative healthcare for your digital product.
Precisely. And the article also highlights how getting that, unbiased expert opinion can be really valuable.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by what they discover.
The article also stresses that good UX goes beyond just having like a sleek interface, right?
It certainly does. Yeah. It's about understanding the why behind user behavior, their needs, even their emotions when they're using the product.
Yeah.
The article actually gives an example of a bank whose app actually had a key feature.
Oh.
But it was buried under such a confusing title that no one could find it. Like all that potential wasted. It's like having a Ferrari with a flat tire.
So walk me through this. Like, how does a UX audit actually work?
Well, the article outlines a 5-step process.
Okay.
Starting with understanding the bigger picture, the company's goals, their values, their overall business context.
Okay, so setting the stage.
Yeah, setting the stage.
Then what?
Then it's all about defining the users and the scenarios. So who's actually using this product and what are they trying to achieve? We need to understand their motivations and goals.
Okay, so getting into the minds of the users.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then what?
The next step is to map the user flows and journeys, essentially visualizing how users navigate through the product step by step. This gives us a really clear picture of their experience.
And that leads into evaluating the experience itself, right?
Right.
Identifying those pain points and actually testing with real users to see how they interact with the product.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting. The article mentions that testing with just 5 users can uncover a whopping 85% of usability problems.
Wow. That's pretty incredible.
That's it.
So much insight from such a small sample size.
Right.
But what happens after you uncover all those problems? Like, how do you actually fix them?
That's where the final step comes in, data-driven enhancement, taking all those insights gathered and turning them into action, basically.
Okay.
Prioritizing the changes that need to be made based on the data collected.
So using the insights to actually improve the user experience.
Exactly. And to kind of illustrate the impact of this approach, the article highlights a case study where UXDA helped a Middle Eastern bank dramatically improve their app's Google Play rating.
Okay.
They went from a dismal 2.8
Wow.
to an impressive 4.7.
That's a huge jump.
It is.
Shows how those improvements can really boost user perception.
Yeah.
And ultimately impact a company's bottom line.
Absolutely. And one thing that really struck me in the article is how many financial institutions struggle with internal silos.
Yeah.
Fragmented departments and a lack of that all-important customer-centric thinking.
And they mentioned a pretty jarring statistic. 70% of C-level execs believe their companies are ahead of the curve in UX.
Yeah.
But only 40% of senior management agree.
Yeah, that disconnect is a major red flag. It's like the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing.
Yeah.
Even if a company thinks it's customer-focused, the reality on the ground might be totally different.
And that's where a UX audit can come in.
Yes.
Expose those gaps and inconsistencies.
For sure.
And really push for that customer-centric approach throughout the organization.
It's a wake-up call for companies to prioritize user experience at every level.
Yeah.
From the CEO down to the teams that are actually building the products.
Yeah.
It's about fostering a culture where everyone is thinking about how to make things better for the user,
Yeah.
Make their lives easier.
I like that.
Yeah.
It really is about creating that culture of empathy,
It is.
where the user is at the heart of everything you do.
Yeah, and the fascinating thing is this isn't just about banking, right? These principles, they can apply to any digital product or service you can think of.
Exactly. So how can you, the listener, apply these principles to your own life? Have you ever been frustrated by a website
Oh, yeah.
or an app that just wouldn't cooperate?
All the time.
We've all been there. Think about the apps you use daily, the websites you visit.
Mhm.
Have you ever encountered like a frustrating design flaw, confusing navigation, or just a plain bad user experience?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just the other day, actually, I was trying to book a flight online.
Yeah.
And the website kept crashing.
Oh, no.
I ended up having to call the airline.
Oh, that's the worst.
Which took forever.
Yeah, perfect example of poor UX, costing you time and causing unnecessary frustration.
Totally. So what can we do about it, right? Besides just accepting it and letting out a frustrated sigh.
Right, become a more mindful user.
Yes.
When you encounter a problem, don't just shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
Ask yourself, why is this designed this way?
Right.
How could it be better?
Exactly.
That shift in thinking can be really powerful.
I love that. Be a more mindful user.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the details, good or bad.
Right. Think about the apps you love using.
Yes.
What makes them so enjoyable? What makes them
Legit.
easy and intuitive?
Uh-huh.
And on the flip side, what makes other apps frustrating?
Right.
Analyzing those, like your own experiences,
Yeah.
can give you a deeper appreciation for the impact of good UX design.
Absolutely.
And it can even help us apply those principles to our own work,
Yes.
even if we aren't designers.
Absolutely. Whether you're crafting a presentation, writing an email, or designing a website, considering the user's perspective can make a world of difference.
It all boils down to empathy, right?
It does.
Stepping into the shoes of the person who will be interacting with what we create.
Exactly. And that's a valuable skill for anyone, no matter what you do.
Now, for the really thought-provoking part,
Okay.
the article ends with a question that really got me thinking. What if we applied this UX audit approach to other areas of life
Oh, wow.
beyond just digital products? It sounds a little crazy at first, but hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
What if we applied a UX audit to, like, our daily routines,
Okay.
our homes, even our cities?
Interesting.
Think about it. How many times have you felt frustrated navigating a crowded store?
Yeah,
Or struggled to find parking?
all the time.
Or maybe you've wrestled with a poorly designed kitchen appliance
Ugh. Yes.
that made you want to tear your hair out.
Those are all examples of poor UX in the physical world, right?
Right.
And by applying these UX audit principles, we could identify those pain points and come up with creative solutions that make our lives easier, more efficient, and definitely more enjoyable.
So are you suggesting we start mapping out the user journey of making a cup of coffee in the morning? Color coding each step.
Maybe not to that level of detail.
Okay.
But the point is, we can apply this user-centric thinking to critically evaluate any system or process that involves human interaction.
Okay.
And by doing so, we create a better experience, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's not just about websites and apps.
No.
It's about applying a user-centric approach to everything we do.
It is.
That's a game changer.
It really is. And it empowers us to, take control and shape the world around us to be more human-centered.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a powerful thought, and it really resonated with me. It's like we're all becoming UX designers in a way.
We are.
Constantly evaluating and improving the experiences we encounter.
In a sense, yes. Yeah. The more we understand these principles, the more we can advocate for better experiences in all areas of our lives.
It's like we have this hidden superpower we never knew we had,
It is empowering, isn't it, to realize we have the ability to, shape our world for the better, one experience at a time.
So listeners, next time you're wrestling with a frustrating website or app, remember what we've talked about today.
Yeah, don't just accept that bad experience. Think back to those UX audit principles. Put on your user hat. Ask yourself, what's going wrong here? How could this be better?
And don't stop there.
Right.
Think about how you can apply this user-centric thinking
Yes.
to improve other areas of your life beyond the digital.
Exactly.
Maybe it's time to finally tackle that messy closet that's been driving you crazy.
Uh-huh.
Or streamline your morning routine so it's actually enjoyable, you know?
Yeah. You might uncover some hidden gems of efficiency and enjoyment that you never knew existed.
Small changes can make a big difference.
They really can.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of UX audits and the power of user-centric thinking.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
And as always, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, keep pushing for better experiences, both digital and beyond. Until next time,